So after looking more into it, I found out that I was going to have to do so many conversions to go to a 48 volt route. So went ahead and just got new batteries in order to stay with the 36 volt option. So the motor and everything works, so I was happy about that. It does have a downverter to a 12 volt, but it is not working. So I'm just gonna start tearing it apart, try to figure out, trace it all the way back and see where the miscommunication is. I did find that it's got just like exposed wire connectors right there, so it probably shorted out somewhere. I'm gonna see if there's an onboard fuse, and then hopefully we can get this thing rigged up for some lights. I got my solar panel and it's gonna fit on there very nicely. I just need to get some brackets. I'll rivet to the solar panel and then I'll screw it into the top there. And then I have a converter coming that will allow me to plug the solar panel into that converter down to the batteries, and I'll put the charging portion of it on here. And then that way, while I'm out in the sun, it will just do a nice trickle charge. Probably will start off with a full charge off of the wall plug-in charger, and then when it's out and about, it'll have at least something to renew the life of the batteries when it's not in use. So I found out that the wires that were coming from the downverter were just actually hiding behind that box of the control unit. So it looks like, and again, I don't work on golf carts, so I'm just kind of going along as I can here. So it had two ring terminals, so most likely it goes to the negative and positive of the end outlet over there for the batteries being the way that they're ran. Sorry, my fat hand was in the way. So here and here. So what I'm gonna do is the fuse was toasted, and I actually have like a blade fuse holder. So I'm gonna take this guy out, and then I'm going to first check and see if it even works, and then I'll go ahead and wire in new wiring, and then I'll run that up front to where then I can have some toggle switches, because I'm not sure how it turns off when the golf cart's off, because if you run it to the battery, it's just on all the time, draining the battery. So I'll run a series of switches up there, so that way I can turn it on kind of like an ignition on, and then I'll be able to just run off of the output wires for the actual 12 volt conversion. I'll run that to a series of switches, and then that way I can control the lights on how I want them, so I can have like some on but not all of them, and go from there. So I went ahead and I threw a jump box on there, so we're sending voltage. I got my test light on the end of it, and I am not getting anything as it comes out. I am definitely getting power through here, so I know that it's charging it on this side, but for whatever reason internally it is not converting it down or out. Unless it's supposed to have like way more voltage before it can convert it down. I don't know. I just figured that if I ran 12 volts to it, it would run 12 volts out of it. So I'm not 100% sure. Turn off the box here. It's like sealed. I don't really see a way to like open it up, but maybe there's a way to do so. Maybe there's something inside there that went bad just because of the other ones. However, pretty affordable online, so I might just go ahead and get a new one. That way I know I'm dealing with a good unit. Well, since I am waiting to get the converter or the voltage reducer, I did find some LED lights that I had laying around, so I got those bad boys installed. I got some, basically a pull-through cable, and then I'll be able to pull the lights through, down, and then get it, to where it goes inside of the chassis. So be able to have a little bit of mood lighting on there, and then I'll be able to put some maybe like underneath for some underglow, give it a little character. And then I'll have to get some brighter headlights to install on there.